I always thought my family was perfect, or maybe I just wanted to believe it. Emily was the golden child, and I was just me. Emily, can you pass the salt? I asked at dinner, my voice barely above a whisper. She smiled sweetly, handing it over. Here you go, Mia. Mom beamed at her. Thank you, sweetheart. You're always so helpful. I tried not to roll my eyes. Dad barely looked up from his phone. After dinner, I heard Emily in her room, whispering on the phone. Her voice was shaky, but I couldn't make out the words. I paused outside her door, listening. Please, just don't tell anyone, okay? She said, her voice trembling. I almost knocked, but stopped myself. It was probably just school drama. I went to my room, trying to ignore the uneasy feeling in my stomach. The next morning, I woke up to Mom's angry voice. Mia, get up right now. I sat up, heart pounding. What's wrong? She stormed in, holding her purse. Don't play innocent. Where's the money you took from my purse? I blinked, confused. What? I didn't take anything. Emily stood behind her, eyes wide and innocent. I saw her, Mom. She was in your room last night. My mouth dropped open. That's not true. I never... Don't lie to me, Mia. Mom snapped. Emily saw you. Why would she make that up? I looked at Emily, searching her face for any sign of guilt. She just looked away, biting her lip. Dad, please, I begged, turning to him as he walked in. You know I wouldn't do that. He sighed, rubbing his temples. Mia, just tell the truth. We can work this out. I am telling the truth. I didn't take anything. My voice shook. Emily sniffled. I'm sorry, Mia, but I saw you. I wish I hadn't. I stared at her, my chest tight. Why are you lying? Mom's face hardened. Enough. You're grounded for a month. No phone, no friends, no going out. Do you understand? I felt tears sting my eyes. But I didn't go to your room, she said coldly. I walked past Emily, glaring at her. She wouldn't meet my eyes. In my room, I sat on my bed, hugging my knees. I heard Mom and Dad talking in the hallway. She's never done anything like this before, Dad said quietly. She's been acting strange lately, Mom replied. Maybe it's a phase. I wanted to scream. Why did they always believe Emily? Why was I always the problem? Later, Emily knocked on my door. Mia, I didn't answer. She opened the door anyway. I'm sorry, but I had to tell the truth. I glared at her. You're lying. Why are you doing this? She shrugged, looking away. I'm not lying. I saw you. I clenched my fists. You're such a liar, Emily. You always get what you want. She frowned. That's not fair. I laughed bitterly. Isn't it? You're the perfect daughter. I'm just the screw-up. She hesitated. I didn't want you to get in trouble. Then why did you lie? I snapped. She didn't answer. She just left, closing the door behind her. I stared at the ceiling, my mind racing. Why would she do this? What did she have to gain? At dinner, no one spoke to me. Mom watched Emily with pride as she talked about her grades. Dad nodded, barely glancing at me. After dinner, I tried to talk to Dad. Can I please have my phone back? I need it for homework. He shook his head. Not until you admit what you did. I didn't do anything, I whispered. He sighed. Mia, just stop. We're disappointed, but we still love you. I wanted to scream. You don't believe me. He looked away. Emily wouldn't lie about something like this. I went back to my room, slamming the door. I wanted to cry, but the tears wouldn't come. The next day at school, Emily acted like nothing happened. She laughed with her friends, smiling like always. I sat alone at lunch, picking at my food. Chloe, Emily's best friend, walked by and glared at me. Thief, she muttered under her breath. I felt my face burn. I wanted to disappear. After school, I tried to talk to Emily. Please, just tell the truth. I didn't take anything. She shook her head. I already told Mom what I saw. You didn't see anything? I hissed. She looked scared for a second, then turned away. Just leave me alone. I watched her walk away, feeling more alone than ever. That night, I heard Mom and Dad arguing. She's never lied before, Mom insisted. She's a teenager, Linda. Maybe she's acting out, Dad replied. I pressed my ear to the wall, desperate for someone to believe me. I just want things to go back to normal, Mom said, her voice breaking. Me too, I thought. But I knew nothing would ever be normal again. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering when my family stopped being mine. I stared at the ceiling, counting the cracks. My phone was gone. My window was locked. I felt like a prisoner in my own house. At breakfast, Mom slid a bowl of cereal in front of me. Eat, you're going to be late. I pushed the bowl away. I'm not hungry. Emily sat across from me, scrolling on her phone. You should eat, Mia. You look tired. I glared at her. I wonder why. Mom shot me a look. Don't start. Dad walked in, grabbing his coffee. Let's just have a quiet morning, please. I wanted to scream. Instead, I grabbed my backpack and left for school. On the bus, I sat alone. Sam slid into the seat next to me. Hey, you okay? I shook my head. No, Emily lied. She told everyone I stole from Mom. He frowned. I heard. Chloe's been telling people. I groaned. Of course she has. Sam nudged me. You want to talk about it? I shrugged. What's the point? No one believes me. He was quiet for a moment. I believe you. I looked at him, surprised. Why? He smiled. Because you're my friend. And you're not a thief. I felt tears prick my eyes. Thanks, Sam. We got off the bus. As I walked into school, I heard whispers. That's her, someone said. Did you hear what she did? Another voice whispered. I kept my head down, trying to ignore them. At my locker, I found a note taped to the door. One word, written in red marker. Thief. My hands shook as I crumpled it up. Emily walked by with Chloe, both of them laughing. Chloe glanced at me. You should be ashamed, Mia. I glared at her. You don't know anything. Emily put on her innocent face. Just leave her alone, Chloe. Chloe scoffed. Whatever. Let's go. I watched them walk away, my stomach twisting. In class, I couldn't focus. Mr. Lee called on me. Mia, what's the answer to number 5? I stared at my paper. I don't know. He frowned. See me after class, please. After class, I stood by his desk. I'm sorry, Mr. Lee. I'm having a hard time. He looked at me kindly. Is everything okay at home? I hesitated. Not really. He nodded. If you need to talk, my door's open. I nodded, grateful. Thank you. At lunch, I sat alone. Sam found me. You want to eat outside? I nodded. We sat under a tree. He handed me a sandwich. You have to eat something. I took it, my hand shaking. I hate her, Sam. I hate Emily. He was quiet. She's your sister? I laughed bitterly. She's a liar. He looked at me. Why do you think she did it? I shook my head. I don't know. She likes being the favorite, I guess. He nodded. You should tell your parents how you feel. I snorted. They don't care. They only listen to her. He put a hand on my shoulder. I care. I looked at him, my eyes filling with tears. Thank you. After school, I walked home alone. Emily was already there, sitting on the couch with Mom. Mom looked up. Did you apologize to your sister yet? I stared at her. For what? I didn't do anything. Emily sniffled. It's okay, Mom. I just want things to go back to normal. I clenched my fists. You're unbelievable. Mom stood up. Go to your room, Mia. I stormed upstairs, slamming my door. Later, I heard a knock. Dad peeked in. Can we talk? I shrugged. Whatever. He sat on the edge of my bed. Your mom's worried about you? I rolled my eyes. She's only worried about Emily. He sighed. This isn't easy for any of us. I looked at him. Do you believe me? He hesitated. I want to. But Emily said she saw you. I felt my heart break all over again. She's lying. He looked away. Just try to get along, okay? I turned my back to him. Close the door on your way out. He left without another word. I lay on my bed, staring at the wall. My mind raced. Why would Emily do this? What did I ever do to her? That night, I heard Emily laughing in her room. I pressed my ear to the wall. Chloe's voice drifted through. Did you see her face? She looked like she was going to cry. Emily giggled. She's so dramatic. Chloe snorted. She deserves it. I felt hot tears run down my face. I wanted to scream, to break something, to make them stop. Instead, I grabbed my pillow and screamed into it. The next morning, I found another note in my locker. Stay away from Emily. I crumpled it up, my hands shaking. Sam found me in the hallway. You okay? I shook my head. No, it's getting worse. He frowned. You want me to talk to Chloe? I shook my head. It'll just make things worse. He nodded. I'm here if you need me. I managed a small smile. Thanks, Sam. At home, Mom watched me like a hawk. Emily acted like nothing was wrong. At dinner, Mom asked, Did you finish your homework? I nodded. Yes. Emily smiled. I helped her. I glared at her. No, you didn't. Mom frowned. Mia, enough. I pushed my plate away. I'm not hungry. I went to my room, closing the door softly. I sat on my bed, hugging my knees. I felt completely alone. I barely slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Emily's face, all fake innocence and wide eyes. I dragged myself to the kitchen for breakfast. Mom was already there, pouring coffee. Morning, Mia. You look tired. I shrugged. Didn't sleep much. Emily bounced in, hair perfect, smile even more perfect. Good morning. Mom smiled at her. You're always so cheerful, Emily. I rolled my eyes and grabbed some toast. Emily sat next to me. Are you still mad at me? I didn't answer. I just stared at my plate. She leaned closer, whispering, You should just admit it, Mia. It'll be easier. I glared at her. I didn't do anything. She shrugged, popping a grape in her mouth. Whatever you say, at school, I kept my head down. In the hallway, I heard Chloe's voice. Emily, are you coming to my place after school? Emily hesitated. I can't. I have to meet someone. Chloe frowned. Who? Emily glanced at me, then looked away. No one. Just someone. Chloe crossed her arms. You're acting weird lately. Emily snapped. Just drop it, Chloe. I watched them, surprised. Chloe stormed off, and Emily looked nervous. At lunch, Sam found me. You look like you haven't slept in a week. I sighed. I haven't. Emily's making my life hell. He frowned. You should stand up to her. I shook my head. She always wins. No one believes me. He leaned in. You have to fight back, Mia. You can't let her walk all over you. I looked at him, feeling hopeless. How? He shrugged. Start paying attention. Catch her in a lie. I nodded slowly. Maybe. After school, I saw Emily whispering to someone by the gate. I hid behind a tree, watching. She handed a small envelope to a boy I didn't recognize. He was older, with messy hair and a leather jacket. He grinned. Thanks, Em. You're the best. She smiled nervously. Just don't tell anyone, okay? He winked. My lips are sealed. I snapped a quick photo with my old camera, heart pounding. Emily turned and saw me. Her face went pale. What are you doing? I shoved the camera in my bag. Nothing. Who was that? She glared. None of your business. I stepped closer. Are you in trouble? She scoffed. You wish. I shook my head. You're hiding something. She pushed past me. Stay out of my life, Mia. I watched her walk away, my mind racing. At home, Mom was searching through her jewelry box. Has anyone seen my gold bracelet? Emily walked in, looking nervous. No, Mom, I haven't seen it. Mom turned to me. Mia, I shook my head. I haven't touched it. Emily bit her lip. Maybe you misplaced it, Mom? Mom sighed. Maybe. Dad came in, looking tired. What's going on? Mom said, my bracelet is missing. Dad looked at me. Mia, did you take it? I felt my face burn. No. Why does everyone always blame me? Emily's eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry, Dad. I don't want anyone to fight. Dad frowned. Emily, are you sure you didn't see anything? She shook her head, sniffling. No, I didn't. I stared at her, furious. You're such a liar, Mom snapped. Enough, Mia. Go to your room. I stormed upstairs, slamming my door. Later, Sam texted me on my old tablet. Did you find anything out? I typed back. Emily's meeting some older guy. I got a photo. He replied, show your parents. I hesitated. They won't believe me. He wrote, you have to try. I stared at the photo, my hands shaking. That night, I heard Emily crying in her room. I pressed my ear to the wall. Chloe's voice was muffled. Why are you acting so weird? Emily sobbed. I messed up, okay? Chloe said, you can tell me. Emily whispered, I can't. You wouldn't understand. I pulled away, my heart pounding. What was she hiding? The next morning, Mom cornered me in the hallway. If you know anything about my bracelet, you need to tell me. I shook my head. I don't know anything. She sighed. I want to believe you, Mia, but you haven't exactly been honest lately. I felt tears sting my eyes. I'm not lying. She walked away, looking disappointed. At school, Chloe stopped me in the hallway. What's going on with Emily? I shrugged. Why are you asking me? She looked worried. She's been asking me for money. She said she needed it for something important. I frowned. Did she say what for? Chloe shook her head. No, she just said it was urgent. I nodded slowly. Thanks for telling me. She walked away, looking confused. After school, I waited for Emily outside. When she came out, I blocked her path. We need to talk, I said. She glared. About what? I lowered my voice. About the guy you're meeting. And the money. Her eyes widened. You don't know anything. I pulled out my camera. I have proof, Emily. She looked scared for a second, then her face hardened. If you show anyone, I'll make your life even worse. I stared at her, my heart pounding. Why are you doing this? She looked away. Just leave me alone, Mia. She walked off, and I watched her go, feeling more confused than ever. That night, I wrote everything down in my journal. Every lie, every secret, every time Emily hurt me. I didn't know what to do next, but I knew I couldn't let her keep getting away with it. I woke up to shouting downstairs. I crept to the top of the stairs and listened. Mom's voice was sharp. Emily, where were you last night? You didn't come home until almost midnight. Emily's voice trembled. I was at Chloe's, I told you. Chloe's voice came through the phone speaker, loud enough for me to hear. No, Mrs. Carter, Emily wasn't with me last night. She left my house at 8. Mom's voice was cold. Emily, do you want to try again? Emily stammered. I just went for a walk. I needed some air. I walked down the stairs, my heart pounding. She wasn't walking. She was with that guy. I saw her. Emily spun around. You're spying on me now? Mom glared at her. Who's this boy, Emily? Emily's eyes darted to me. He's just a friend. I pulled out my camera. I have pictures, Mom. She's lying. Emily lunged at me, trying to grab the camera. Give it to me. I held it out of reach. No, you're not getting away with this. Dad came in, rubbing his eyes. What's going on? Mom snapped. Emily's been sneaking out and lying about it. Mia has proof. Emily's face crumpled. Why are you doing this to me, Mia? I glared at her. Why are you doing this to yourself? You lied about me stealing. You lied about everything. Emily's voice broke. You don't understand. Dad's voice was stern. Emily, who is this boy? Emily wiped her eyes. His name is Jake. He's just a friend from school. Mom shook her head. You're 15, Emily. You're not allowed to see boys behind our backs. Emily's voice rose. You never care what I want. You only care when Mia says something. I laughed bitterly. That's a joke. You're all they care about. Emily glared at me. You're just jealous. I clenched my fists. Jealous of what? Being a liar? Mom stepped between us. Enough, both of you. Dad looked at me. Mia, why didn't you come to us sooner? I swallowed. Because you never believe me. You always believe her. Dad looked away, ashamed. Mom turned to Emily. You're grounded. No phone, no friends, no going out. And you're going to tell us everything about this, Jake. Emily's voice was small. Fine. I went to my room, slamming the door. My hands shook as I texted Sam on my tablet. He replied right away. What happened? I typed Emily's caught. I showed Mom the photos. He sent a thumbs up. Finally, you okay? I stared at the screen. I don't know. I feel empty. He wrote, you did the right thing. I set the tablet down and stared at the wall. I heard a soft knock. Emily's voice was quiet. Can I come in? I didn't answer. She opened the door anyway. She sat on my bed, wiping her eyes. Why do you hate me? I shook my head. I don't hate you. I just want you to stop lying. She sniffled. I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to do. I looked at her. Why did you say I stole from Mom? She looked down. I was scared. I needed the money for Jake. He said he'd stop talking to me if I didn't help him. I stared at her. So you blame me? She nodded, tears running down her face. I'm sorry, Mia. I really am. I wanted to scream at her, but I just felt tired. You ruined everything, she sobbed. I know. I wish I could take it back. I turned away. You should go. She left, closing the door softly behind her. Later, I heard Mom and Dad talking in the kitchen. Mom's voice was shaky. I can't believe Emily would do this. Dad sighed. We should have listened to Mia. Mom said, we have to fix this. Dad replied, we can't fix everything. I lay on my bed, staring at the ceiling. My family was falling apart, and I didn't know how to feel. The next day at school, Chloe cornered me by my locker. She looked nervous. Is it true? Did Emily really lie about you? I nodded. Yeah, she admitted it. Chloe looked down. She's been acting weird. She asked me for money too. I frowned. Did you give it to her? She shook her head. No, I didn't have any. I sighed. Thanks for telling me. She bit her lip. I'm sorry for believing her. I shrugged. It's not your fault. Sam found me after class. How's it going? I shrugged. Emily's grounded. Mom and Dad are freaking out. He nodded. You want to hang out after school? I smiled a little. Yeah, I need to get out of the house. We walked to the park, sitting on the swings. Sam looked at me. You did the right thing, Mia. I stared at the ground. It doesn't feel like it. He nudged me. You stood up for yourself. That matters. I looked at him. What if my family never forgives me? He shook his head. They will. They just need time. I nodded, but I wasn't sure I believed him. When I got home, Mom was waiting for me. She looked tired. We need to talk. I sat at the table, bracing myself. She took a deep breath. I'm sorry, Mia. I should have believed you. I stared at her. Why didn't you? She looked down. Emily's always been so convincing. I wanted to believe the best in her. I nodded slowly. I get it. She reached for my hand. I want to make it up to you. I pulled my hand away. I just want things to be normal. She sighed. Me too. That night, Emily knocked on my door again. She looked broken. I'm really sorry, Mia. I nodded. I know. She wiped her eyes. I'll fix it. I promise. I didn't answer. I just closed my eyes and wished things could go back to the way they were before all the lies. But I knew they never would. The next morning, the house was silent. I could feel the tension in the air as I walked into the kitchen. Mom was sitting at the table staring at her coffee. Dad was reading the newspaper, but I could tell he wasn't really reading. Emily came in, her eyes red and puffy. She sat down without a word. Mom finally spoke. "Emily, we need to talk about Jake and about everything else." Emily's voice was barely a whisper. "I know." Dad folded his paper. "We want the truth. All of it. No more lies." Emily looked at me, then at them. "I'm sorry. I lied about Mia. She didn't steal anything. I took the money. I needed it for Jake." Mom's hand shook. "Why, Emily? Why would you do that?" Emily's voice cracked. "Jake said he needed money. He said he'd break up with me if I didn't help him. I was scared. I didn't want to lose him." Emily nodded, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry, Mia. I just panicked. I thought if I blamed you, no one would look at me." I stared at her, my heart pounding. "You ruined my life, Emily. Everyone at school thinks I'm a thief." She sobbed. "I know. I'm so sorry. I'll tell everyone the truth. I promise." Mom's voice was shaky. "You're grounded. No phone, no friends, no Jake. And you're going to apologize to your sister every day until she forgives you?" Emily nodded, wiping her eyes. "I will." Dad looked at me. "Mia, I'm sorry. We should have believed you." I swallowed hard. "It's too late for sorry." He nodded, looking ashamed. The phone rang. Mom answered, her voice tense. "Hello?" "Yes, this is Linda Carter." She listened, her face growing pale. "What do you mean Emily hasn't been in class?" "She left for school every morning." Emily's face went white. I skipped a few times. I just needed to get away." Dad's voice was sharp. "Where did you go?" Emily looked down. "Jake's place. Sometimes the park." Mom's hands shook. "You're 15, Emily. You can't just disappear." Emily started crying again. "I'm sorry. I just didn't know what to do." I watched her, feeling a strange mix of anger and pity. Later that day, Aunt Rachel showed up. She hugged me tight. "I heard what happened. Are you okay, honey?" I nodded, but my voice was small. "Not really." She looked at Mom. "You need to listen to Mia. She's been through enough." Mom nodded, wiping her eyes. "I know. I'm so sorry, Mia." Aunt Rachel sat with me on the porch. "You don't have to forgive Emily right away, but don't let her ruin your heart, okay?" I nodded, tears slipping down my cheeks. "I just want things to be normal." She squeezed my hand. "Normal is overrated. You're stronger than you think." That night, Emily knocked on my door. "Can I come in?" I didn't answer, but she came in anyway. She sat on the edge of my bed. I told Mom and Dad everything. "I'm going to tell the school too. I'll fix it, Mia. I promise." I looked at her. "You can't fix everything. People already hate me." She shook her head. "I'll talk to Chloe. I'll talk to everyone. I'll make them listen." I stared at her. "Why did you do it, Emily? Why did you pick Jake over me?" She wiped her eyes. "I don't know. He made me feel special. I thought he loved me." I sighed. "He used you." She nodded. "I know that now." I turned away. "I don't know if I can ever trust you again," she sniffled. "I understand." I nodded. It hurt. He put his hand on my shoulder. "I know. I'll do better." I nodded again. "Okay." The next day at school, Mr. Lee stopped me after class. "Mia, I've noticed you've been more focused lately. I'm proud of you." I smiled. "Thank you, Mr. Lee." He nodded. "If you ever need help, just ask." I walked out of class feeling a little lighter. At lunch, Emily sat alone. Chloe ignored her. I watched as Emily tried to talk to her, but Chloe just shook her head and walked away. Sam sat next to me. "You think Emily will be okay?" I shrugged. "I don't know. She's never had to deal with consequences before." He nodded. "Maybe it's good for her." I looked at him. "Is it bad that I don't feel sorry for her?" He shook his head. No. She hurt you. It's okay to feel angry. I nodded. Thanks, Sam. After school, Emily came to my room. She stood in the doorway, looking nervous. Can I come in? I shrugged. Whatever. She sat on my bed. I know I messed up. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. I looked at her. You're right. She wiped her eyes. I'm going to try to be better. I promise. I nodded. Good. She stood up. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. I didn't answer. She left quietly. That weekend, Aunt Rachel took me out for ice cream. We sat on a bench, watching the cars go by. She smiled. You know, you don't have to forgive Emily right away. I looked at her. I don't know if I ever can. She nodded. That's okay. Just don't let her take away your happiness. I thought about that. I'll try. She hugged me. That's all I ask. Back at home, Mom was waiting. Mia, I want to make things right. I know I hurt you. I looked at her. You did. She nodded, tears in her eyes. I'm sorry. I'll do better. I nodded. Okay. She hugged me tight. For the first time in weeks, I let her. That night, I sat at my desk, working on homework. My phone buzzed. It was Sam. He texted, "You're doing great. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." I smiled. Thanks, Sam. You're the best. He replied, anytime. I put my phone down and looked around my room. It felt different, like I was finally starting to get my life back. Emily knocked on my door again. I'm going to bed. Good night, Mia. I looked at her. Good night. She smiled a little. Thank you. I nodded. For what? She shrugged. For not giving up on me. I didn't know what to say, so I just nodded. As I lay in bed, I thought about everything that had happened. The lies, the pain, the apologies. I wasn't sure if things would ever be the same, but for the first time, I felt like maybe they could get better. I closed my eyes and let myself hope. I was halfway through my math homework when I heard frantic knocking on my door. I opened it to find Emily, her face streaked with tears. She grabbed my arm. Mia, please, I need your help. I pulled away. Why should I help you? She sobbed. Please, I'm serious. I don't know what to do. I crossed my arms. What happened? She looked down, shaking. Jake, he's blackmailing me. He has pictures. He said if I don't give him more money, he'll send them to everyone. My stomach dropped. What kind of pictures? She wiped her eyes. Just stupid ones. Me with him, skipping school, some texts. But if Mom and Dad see them, I'm dead. I stared at her. Why are you telling me this? She sniffled. Because I have no one else. Chloe won't talk to me. I can't go to Mom or Dad. Please, Mia. I know I don't deserve it, but I'm begging you. I sat on my bed thinking, what do you want me to do? She knelt in front of me. Help me get the pictures back. Please, I'll do anything. I shook my head. You want me to fix your mess again? She nodded desperately. I'll tell Mom and Dad everything. I'll tell the school. I'll do whatever you want. Just please help me. I sighed. You have to come clean first. No more lies. You tell Mom and Dad the truth about everything, then I'll help you. She hesitated, then nodded. Okay, I'll do it. I stood up. Let's go. We found Mom and Dad in the living room. Emily's hands shook as she spoke. I need to tell you something. Jake is blackmailing me. He has pictures and texts. I'm scared. Mom's face went pale. What kind of pictures? Emily's voice was small. Just us together. Stuff from when I skipped school. He wants more money. Dad's jaw clenched. How much does he want? Emily shook her head. I don't know. He just keeps asking. Mom looked at me. Did you know about this, Mia? I shook my head. Not until just now. Dad stood up. We're going to the police. Emily panicked. No, please, Dad, don't. He said if I tell anyone, he'll send the pictures to everyone. Mom hugged her. We have to do something, Emily. We can't let him control you. Emily sobbed. I'm so sorry. I should have told you sooner. Dad looked at me. Mia, can you help her? I nodded. I'll try. Emily looked at me, hope in her eyes. Thank you. I turned to Dad. We need to talk to Jake. But we can't go alone. Dad nodded. I'll come with you. Emily shook her head. He won't talk if adults are there. He'll just get mad. I thought for a moment. What about Sam? He's good at talking to people. Emily nodded. Okay. Can you ask him? I texted Sam. Can you come over? It's important. He replied right away. On my way. When Sam arrived, I pulled him aside. Jake is blackmailing Emily. We need your help. Sam's eyes widened. Are you serious? I nodded. We have to get the pictures back. He looked at Emily. What do you want me to do? Emily wiped her eyes. Just come with us. I'm scared to face him alone. Sam nodded. I'll help. We made a plan. Emily would text Jake and ask to meet. Sam and I would go with her, but stay hidden at first. Emily sent the text. Jake, can we meet? I have the money. He replied, meet me at the park. Come alone. Emily looked at us, terrified. What if he gets mad? I squeezed her hand. We'll be there. He won't hurt you. We walked to the park together. Emily went ahead while Sam and I hid behind a tree. Jake showed up with another guy, taller and meaner looking. Emily's voice shook. Do you have the pictures? Jake smirked. You got the money? Emily shook her head. I can't get any more. Please just delete them. Jake laughed. Not how this works, Sam. The other guy, Tyler, stepped forward. Maybe she needs a lesson. I stepped out from behind the tree. Back off, Tyler. Jake glared at me. What are you doing here, Mia? I stood tall. You're not going to hurt her. Give her the pictures and leave her alone. Jake sneered. Or what? Sam stepped out too. Or we go to the police. We have proof you're blackmailing her. Jake's face changed. You wouldn't. I pulled out my phone. Try me. I recorded everything you just said. Tyler cursed. Let's get out of here, man. Jake glared at Emily. You're dead to me? Emily's voice was shaky. Just delete the pictures, Jake, please. Jake scrolled through his phone, then held it up. Fine, watch. He deleted the photos and texts, then tossed his phone to Tyler. Happy? Emily nodded, tears streaming down her face. Thank you. Jake spat on the ground. Don't ever talk to me again. He and Tyler walked away. I let out a shaky breath. Sam hugged Emily. It's over. You're safe. Emily sobbed. Thank you. Both of you. I looked at her. You have to tell the school, Emily, and Mom and Dad. No more secrets. She nodded. I will. I promise. We walked home together. Emily squeezed my hand. I don't deserve you, Mia. I looked at her. No, you don't. But you're still my sister. She smiled through her tears. I'll make it up to you. I swear. When we got home, Mom and Dad were waiting. Emily told them everything. She told them about Jake, the blackmail, the pictures, and how he helped her. Mom hugged her tight. You're safe now. Dad looked at me. Thank you, Mia. You saved your sister. I nodded, feeling exhausted. I just want this to be over. Emily hugged me. Thank you, Mia. I mean it. I hugged her back, just a little. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. For the first time, I felt like maybe things could get better. Maybe Emily and I could start over. Maybe I could finally breathe again. The next morning, I woke up feeling like I'd run a marathon. My phone buzzed with a message from Sam. You okay? I texted back, yeah. Thanks for yesterday. He replied, anytime. You're stronger than you think. I smiled a little. Downstairs, Emily was already at the table, staring at her cereal. She looked up as I walked in. Are you mad at me? She asked quietly. I sat down. I don't know. I'm just tired. She nodded. I get it. Mom came in, her voice gentle. Girls, I called the school. We're meeting with the counselor today. Emily's face paled. Do I have to? Mom nodded. Yes, it's time to face what happened. Emily looked at me, pleading. Will you come with me? I hesitated, then nodded. Okay. At school, Mrs. Carter, the counselor, greeted us. Emily, Mia, come in. Let's talk. Emily sat down, wringing her hands. I'm sorry for everything. I lied, I hurt people, and I let Jake control me. Mrs. Carter nodded. It's good you're admitting it. But you need to make things right. Emily looked at me. I want to. I just don't know how. I took a deep breath. Start by telling the truth. To everyone. Mrs. Carter smiled at me. That's brave, Mia. Emily wiped her eyes. I'll do it. After the meeting, Emily and I walked down the hall. Chloe was at her locker. Emily stopped. Chloe, can I talk to you? Chloe crossed her arms. Why? Emily's voice shook. I'm sorry. I lied about Mia. I lied to you. I was scared and stupid. Chloe stared at her. You made me hate my best friend. Emily nodded. I know. I'm sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me. Chloe looked at me. Are you okay? I shrugged. I'm getting there, Chloe sighed. I need time, Emily. Emily nodded. I understand. We walked away. Emily looked at me. That was harder than I thought. I nodded. It's not supposed to be easy. At lunch, Sam sat with us. How'd it go? Emily looked down. Rough, but I told Chloe the truth. Sam smiled. That's a start. Emily looked at me. Do you think people will ever stop hating me? I shrugged. Maybe, if you keep being honest. She nodded. I will. After school, Mom picked us up. How was it? Emily sighed. Hard, but I told the truth. Mom squeezed her hand. I'm proud of you. At home, Dad was waiting. How'd it go? Emily looked at him. I apologized to Chloe and I talked to Mrs. Carter. Dad nodded. Good. That's what you need to do. Emily looked at me. Can we talk? I followed her to her room. She sat on her bed, hugging a pillow. I'm scared, Mia. What if Jake comes back? I sat next to her. He won't, and if he does, we'll go to the police. She nodded. I wish I'd listened to you sooner. I looked at her. Me too. She wiped her eyes. I want to be better. I want to be a good sister. I was quiet for a moment. Then start acting like one. She nodded. I will. That night, I heard a knock at the door. Dad answered, and I heard a deep voice. I peeked downstairs and saw Officer Daniels standing in the hallway. He looked at Emily. We got a report about Jake. We're looking into it. If he contacts you again, call us right away. Emily nodded, her voice small. Thank you. Officer Daniels looked at me. You did the right thing, Mia. Not everyone would have stood up for their sister. I nodded. Thank you, sir. After he left, Mom hugged Emily. You're safe now. Emily looked at me. Thank you, Mia, for everything. I shrugged. Just don't mess up again. She smiled a little. I'll try. The next day at school, Mrs. Carter called us in again. How are you both feeling? Emily looked at me. Better. I'm still scared, but I feel lighter. I nodded. It's not over, but it's better. Mrs. Carter smiled. You're both stronger than you think. After school, Chloe found me. Hey, Mia, wanna walk home together? I smiled. Sure. We walked in silence for a while. Then Chloe said, I'm sorry for believing Emily over you. I shook my head. It's okay. She fooled everyone. Chloe looked at me. You're really brave, you know? I laughed. I don't feel brave. She smiled. You are. When I got home, Emily was waiting in my room. Can I come in? I nodded. She sat on my bed. I talked to Mrs. Carter again. She said I should write a letter to everyone I hurt. I looked at her. That's a good idea. She handed me a piece of paper. I wrote one for you. I took it, reading her shaky handwriting. I'm sorry for lying, for hurting you, for making you feel alone. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I want you to know I love you. I looked at her. Thank you. She wiped her eyes. I mean it. I nodded. I know. That night, I wrote in my journal. I wrote about facing Jake, about Emily's apology, about how scared I still was, but I also wrote about hope. Before bed, Emily knocked on my door. "Good night, Mia." I smiled. "Good night, Emily." She hesitated. "Thank you for not giving up on me." I looked at her. "I almost did." She nodded. "I know." "I'm glad you didn't." I turned off the light, feeling something I hadn't felt in a long time, peace. Maybe we were a perfect family. Maybe we never would be, but for the first time, I believed we could heal. And that was enough for now. The next day at school, Emily stood in front of our class. Her voice shook. "I lied about Mia. She didn't steal anything." "I did. I'm sorry." Chloe stared at her, shocked. "Why would you do that?" Emily's voice broke. "I was scared. I made a mistake." The teacher, Mr. Lee, looked at me. "Mia, do you want to say anything?" I shook my head. "No." After class, Chloe caught up to me. "I'm sorry, Mia. I should have believed you." I shrugged. "It's fine." She looked guilty. "Emily's been a mess lately. I didn't know what to think." I nodded. "Me neither." At lunch, Sam sat with me. "How are you holding up?" I shrugged. "I don't know. Everything's a mess." He handed me a cookie. "Eat. You look like you haven't slept in days." I smiled a little. "Thanks, Sam." He grinned. "Anytime." After school, Mom picked me up. She was quiet for a while, then said, "I'm proud of you, Mia. You handled this better than I ever could." I looked at her, surprised. "Really?" She nodded. "You stood up for yourself. That takes courage." I felt a small spark of hope. "Thanks, Mom." When we got home, Dad was waiting. He hugged me awkwardly. "I'm sorry, kiddo." I hugged him back, feeling a little lighter. That evening, Emily came to my room again. "Jake broke up with me. He said I was too much drama." I stared at her. "Are you okay?" She shrugged. "I guess I deserve it." I nodded. "Yeah, you kind of do." She managed a small smile. "I'm really sorry, Mia." I sighed. "I know." She sat next to me. "Do you think we'll ever be close again?" I was quiet for a long time. "I don't know, maybe, but not right now." She nodded. "That's fair." Aunt Rachel called me downstairs. She handed me a small notebook. "Write down how you feel. Don't let it eat you up inside." I hugged her. "Thank you." She smiled. "You're going to be okay, Mia, I promise." That night, I wrote in the notebook. I wrote about the lies, the pain, and the tiny bit of hope I felt. For the first time in weeks, I slept without nightmares. The next morning, Emily apologized again. She apologized to Mom, to Dad, to Chloe, and to me. She even apologized to the principal. Principal Harris called me into his office. "Mia, I'm sorry for what you went through. If you need anything, let me know." I nodded. "Thank you." Walking out of his office, I felt like I could finally breathe again. The truth was out. The lies were over. But I knew things would never be the same. I woke up to sunlight streaming through my window. For the first time in months, I didn't feel dread in my chest. I got dressed and headed to the kitchen. Mom was making pancakes. She smiled at me. "Good morning, Mia. Want some?" I nodded. "Yeah, thanks." Emily came in, hair messy, but she looked more relaxed than I'd seen her in weeks. She sat down quietly. Dad joined us, pouring coffee. "How's everyone feeling today?" Emily glanced at me. "Better," I nodded. "Me too." Mom set a plate in front of me. "I'm glad. I want us to have a good day." Emily looked at me. "Do you want to walk to school together?" I hesitated, then nodded. "Sure." On the way, Emily was quiet. "People still look at me weird." I shrugged. "It'll pass. Just keep being honest." She nodded. "I will." At school, Mrs. Carter called us into her office. She smiled. "You two have come a long way." "How are you feeling?" Emily answered first. "I'm still scared sometimes, but I'm trying to do better." I nodded. "I feel stronger. I'm not afraid to speak up anymore." Mrs. Carter smiled at me. That's wonderful, Mia. You should be proud. Emily looked at me. I am proud of you. I smiled, surprised. Thanks. After the meeting, Chloe caught up to us. She looked at Emily. I heard you apologize to everyone. Emily nodded. I meant it. I'm sorry for everything. Chloe shrugged. It'll take time, but I appreciate it. She turned to me. You want to sit with us at lunch? I smiled. Yeah, I'd like that. At lunch, Sam grinned at me. Look at you, sitting with the cool kids. I laughed. Don't get used to it. Emily sat across from me. I talked to Mr. Lee. He said I can make up my missed work. I nodded. That's good. Sam looked at me. You seem different, Mia. Happier. I thought about it. I am. I feel like I finally have a voice. Emily smiled. You always did. You just didn't use it. I looked at her. Well, I'm using it now. After school, Dad picked us up. He glanced at me in the rearview mirror. You want to drive, Mia? I blinked. Really? He nodded. You have your permit. Let's practice. I grinned. Okay. Emily cheered. Go, Mia. I drove us home, my hands only shaking a little. When we got home, Mom hugged me. I'm so proud of you. I hugged her back. Thanks, Mom. That evening, Emily knocked on my door. Can I come in? I nodded. She sat on my bed. I talked to Mrs. Carter again. She said I should keep apologizing, but also show I've changed. I looked at her. Actions matter more than words. She nodded. I know. I want to be a better sister. I smiled. You're getting there. She grinned. You know, I always thought you were weak, but you're the strongest person I know. I laughed. I never felt strong. I just got tired of being ignored. She squeezed my hand. I'm glad you didn't give up on me. I shrugged. I almost did. She looked down. I know. I'm sorry. I changed the subject. Are you going to try out for the play again? She shook her head. Not this year. I want to focus on fixing things first. I nodded. That's smart. Later, Mom called us to the living room. Family meeting. We all sat down. Mom looked at us. I want us to be honest with each other. No more secrets. Dad nodded. We're here for you, both of you. Emily looked at me. I want to earn your trust back, Mia. I nodded. It'll take time. She smiled. I know. Mom hugged us both. We're going to be okay. That night, I texted Sam. Thanks for always being there. He replied, Always. You're amazing, Mia. I smiled, feeling lighter than I had in a long time. The next day at school, Mr. Lee stopped me in the hall. Mia, your grades have improved a lot. Keep it up. I grinned. Thank you, Mr. Lee. He nodded. You're a good example for your sister. I glanced at Emily, who was waiting for me. We're both learning. At lunch, Chloe sat with us again. She looked at Emily. You want to come over this weekend? Emily's eyes widened. Really? Chloe nodded. Yeah, let's start over. Emily smiled. I'd like that. Sam nudged me. See, things are getting better. I nodded. Yeah, they are. After school, Emily and I walked home together. She looked at me. Do you think people will ever forget what I did? I thought about it. Maybe not. But they'll see who you are now. She smiled. I hope so. When we got home, Dad was waiting. How was your day? I smiled. Good, really good. He hugged me. I'm proud of you, Mia. Emily hugged me too. Me too. That night, I wrote in my journal. I wrote about how things had changed, how I felt stronger, how Emily was trying. I wrote about hope. Before bed, Emily knocked on my door. Good night, Mia. I smiled. Good night, Emily. She hesitated. Thank you for everything. I nodded. We're sisters. That's what we do. She smiled and closed the door. As I turned off the light, I realized the power in our family had shifted. I wasn't invisible anymore. I was seen, heard, and finally, I was enough. And for the first time, I believed it. The house felt different after everything came out. It was quieter, heavier, like everyone was afraid to say the wrong thing. I sat at the kitchen table, staring at my cereal. Emily walked in, her eyes puffy. She didn't say anything. She just sat across from me. Mom came in, her voice soft. "Good morning, girls." I didn't answer. Emily mumbled, "Morning." Mom sighed. "Emily, you're not going anywhere after school. You'll come straight home. No phone, no friends, no exceptions." Emily nodded. "I know." Mom looked at me. "Mia, if you want to talk, I'm here." I shrugged. "I'm fine." Emily glanced at me. "Mia, I really am sorry." I didn't look at her. I know. Dad came in, looking tired. "Let's try to have a peaceful day, okay?" No one answered. At school, people stared at me in the halls. Some whispered. Chloe avoided me. I saw her talking to Emily by the lockers, her arms crossed. Chloe's voice was sharp. "Why did you lie to me, Emily?" Emily's voice was small. I was scared. "I didn't know what else to do." Chloe shook her head. "You made me hate Mia for nothing." Emily's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, Chloe. I really am." Chloe walked away, leaving Emily standing there, looking lost. Sam found me at lunch. "You okay?" I shrugged. "I guess." "Everyone's talking about us." He handed me a juice box. "Let them talk. You didn't do anything wrong." I smiled a little. "Thanks, Sam." He grinned. "You want to come over after school?" "My mom's making cookies." I shook my head. "I can't. Mom wants me home." He nodded. "If you need anything, just text me." I nodded. "I will." After school, I walked home alone. Emily caught up to me halfway. She walked beside me, quiet for a while. "Do you hate me?" I kept walking. "I don't know. I'm just tired." She sniffled. "I wish I could take it all back." I stopped and looked at her. "You can't. You just have to live with it." She nodded, wiping her eyes. "I know." When we got home, Aunt Rachel was there. She hugged me. "How are you holding up, kiddo?" I shrugged. "I'm okay." She looked at Emily. "You need to make this right, Emily. Not just with Mia, but with yourself." Emily nodded. "I'm trying." Aunt Rachel squeezed my shoulder. "You're stronger than you think, Mia." I smiled weakly. "Thanks." That night, Dad knocked on my door. "Can I come in?" I nodded. He sat on the edge of my bed. "I'm sorry for not believing you." I looked at him. "Why did you believe her so easily?" He sighed. "I don't know. Emily's always been so convincing." I wanted to believe she was telling the truth. The months passed, and life slowly settled into something new. I woke up one Saturday to the sound of laughter downstairs. For a moment, I just listened, letting the warmth fill my chest. I went to the kitchen. Mom was making pancakes, humming. Dad was reading the news, actually smiling. Emily was at the table, flipping through a magazine. She looked up. "Morning, Mia." I smiled. "Morning." Mom set a plate in front of me. "Eat up, honey." "Big day today." I raised an eyebrow. "What's happening?" Emily grinned. "We're going to the park. Family picnic. Mom's idea." Dad folded his paper. "We all need some fresh air." I nodded. "Sounds good." After breakfast, Emily followed me to my room. "Can I borrow your blue sweater?" I laughed. "You never ask." She smiled sheepishly. "Trying to be better, remember?" I tossed her the sweater. "Don't spill anything on it." She grinned. "No promises." We walked to the park together. The sun was shining, and for the first time in a long time, I felt light. Sam met us at the entrance. He waved. "Hey, Mia." "Hey, Emily." Emily smiled. "Hi, Sam." Mom spread out the blanket. "Everyone sit." "Let's eat." We sat together, passing food and laughing. Chloe showed up with her little brother. She waved at me. "Mind if we join?" I shook my head. "Of course not." Chloe sat next to Emily. "You doing okay?" Emily nodded. "Yeah, thanks for giving me another chance." Chloe smiled. "We all mess up." What matters is what you do after. Emily looked at me. I'm lucky to have a sister like Mia. I blushed. Don't get sappy. Sam nudged me. You're allowed to be happy, you know? I grinned. I'm working on it. After lunch, Dad tossed a frisbee to me. Catch, Mia. I caught it, laughing. Emily ran after it, almost tripping. We all laughed. Later, as we packed up, Mom pulled me aside. I'm proud of you, Mia. You've grown so much. I looked at her. I just did what I had to. She hugged me. You did more than that. You held us together. I hugged her back. Thanks, Mom. On the way home, Emily walked beside me. I wrote you another letter. I raised an eyebrow. Another apology. She shook her head. No, just thank you. For not giving up on me. For helping me when I didn't deserve it. I took the letter. I'll read it later. She smiled. I hope you do. That night, I sat on my bed and opened her letter. Her handwriting was messy, but the words were clear. You're my hero, Mia. I want to be like you someday. I wiped my eyes, surprised by the tears. Aunt Rachel called. I put her on speaker. How are my girls? Emily grinned. We're good, Aunt Rachel. I smiled. Better than ever. She laughed. That's what I like to hear. I'm proud of you both. After the call, Emily sat on my bed. Do you think people will ever forget what I did? I thought about it. Maybe not. But you're not that person anymore. She nodded. I hope so. I looked at her. I forgive you, Emily. I really do. She hugged me tight. Thank you. The next day at school, Mrs. Carter called me in. How are you, Mia? I smiled. I'm good. Really good. She nodded. You've come a long way. I hope you're proud of yourself. I thought about it. I am. Mr. Lee stopped me in the hall. You're a different person, Mia. Keep going. I grinned. Thank you, Mr. Lee. At lunch, Chloe sat with us. You know, Mia, you're kind of a legend now. I laughed. I'll try not to let it go to my head. Sam smiled. You deserve it. After school, Dad picked me up. Want to drive home? I nodded. Yeah. He handed me the keys. You've earned it. At home, Mom was waiting. How was your day? I smiled. Perfect. That evening, Emily knocked on my door. Can I come in? I nodded. She sat on my bed. I'm scared about the future. I looked at her. Me too, but we'll figure it out. She smiled. Together? I nodded. Always. She squeezed my hand. I love you, Mia. I smiled. I love you too. Before bed, I opened my old journal. I flipped through the pages, pain, anger, loneliness, but the last page was blank. I picked up my pen and wrote, I survived. I changed. I'm free. I closed the journal, feeling lighter. Emily poked her head in. Good night, Mia. I smiled. Good night, Emily. As I turned off the light, I realized I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was living. I had my family, my friends, and most of all, I had myself. And for the first time, that was enough. The past would always be there, but it didn't control me anymore. I forgave Emily, and I forgave myself for ever thinking I wasn't enough. I drifted off to sleep, finally at peace, knowing I could face whatever came next. Because I was strong. Because I was loved. Because I was me.